Sagittarius? How are you? Welcome back to Karma Light Readings. I'm Karma. I hope you guys are doing great, and I thank you so much for taking the time to click on this video and come to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Please make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you are returning, thank you so much for your continued support. You guys, I do offer memberships right now. All the details are in the description box below. So you can check that out if you're interested. It's $1.99 a month. There are some pretty cool little details. And I'll be going live for you guys twice a month as members. So again, check that out. I do not offer personal readings at this time. Please use your discernment in determining if this energy that we're tapping into belongs to your story or not. It is normal for some parts of this to resonate and for other parts not to resonate, as this is not a personal reading, but a general reading. It's also normal for you to be a Sagittarius and none of this resonate. So just because you are a Sag does not mean that this is your reading. But let's go ahead and jump into it. Before I start pulling out cards, I want to read to you some of the things that came up while I was meditating over your sign here. The first thing that came up very, very heavily and what I kept seeing and hearing was travel. So I don't know if some of you are, and it was very interesting because I kept getting the sense that this place that you were traveling to was very, very, very deeply connected to your spirit, your soul, or maybe even your ancestry. So for some of you, this travel could be either to someplace physical, like maybe a physical place that has a very special meaning to you. Maybe it was the place you were born or something like that. Or this was astral travel and meditation. Okay, so whatever this travel, okay, or experience was, whatever it was, the purpose of it was for you to truly, truly self-reflect. So if you went somewhere physically or if you went somewhere, astrally, the purpose of it was to get you to connect with something and self-reflect on it so that you could see something about yourself that you have been denying or refusing to see. So it's a very, very deep process about taking accountability. Okay, it says there was a pivotal self-realization moment where you see your part in something and you now want to heal it. This is a turning point where you are also given an opportunity to see something from a much higher perception. So you can now see and understand why everything that you experienced had to happen the exact way it did and how it's all connected. So there was a deep self-growth and release of energies that no longer align with you at this time. Okay, so this could even manifest as like behaviors or bad habits, certain things that you come into a deep self-realization about yourself where you go, oh, that is me. I want to change that. I don't want to be like this anymore. I want to transform this part of myself or my life. So you're reevaluating situations and removing negative feelings and barriers, okay? And then again, something about flying. I don't know, it just kept showing me flying. So astral travel or physical travel, you went somewhere and made a life-changing, decision, something like that. Then you have some symbols that you may see or may mean something to you. You had reindeer, handheld mirror, fairy like Tinkerbell, or a fairy with wings, high heel shoe, tree of life, and a rabbit. You also have the letters B, C, J, U, F, M, W, H, R, and then the numbers 1, 5, 8, 3, and 88. And you had the words death, hunger, and strength. And I feel like that's about you going through this transformation where you may have went through something that made you want more. It made you want to end one way of being or see something for what it was blocking or preventing in your life, and it made you hungry and more focused and in tune with wanting and creating more for yourself. So let's take a look here for Sag, please. What's the current energy around Sagittarius that they need to be aware of? You have Mercury energy, so a focus on your communication, how you think, how you learn, how you make connections. Yeah, this was a challenging situation. Whatever this was, it was very challenging, and it does have to do with the way that you see things or think. It's like your whole, Venus energy. So again, seeing the beauty in the situations that you've been in, seeing something now as lessons, being able to look at yourself confidently no matter what you've been through. I feel like this was such a challenging situation, like it may have taken longer than it needed to take, but you're finally finding value in certain things, or you're understanding the value of certain things, so you perceive it differently. And then this helps you to learn things differently, and then it helps you to express to the world and to those around you differently, thus creating more balanced, more positive, better experiences that then kind of fuel and replenish yourself in a way, or your self-confidence, if that makes sense. Very interesting, interesting energy. I also feel like there's some type of focus here on loyalty, or like how you commit to something, and what does your commitment really look like in your life. Have you ever truly been committed to something? Current energy around Sagittarius. You have the Five of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, and the Knight of Cups. Seven of Swords, Ten of Pentacles in the World. I mean, I do feel like it's kind of the same energy that I was tapping into here, where I'm seeing the lack and the loss. There was some type of pivotal moment where you could see where something was lacking in your life, whether it's emotionally, spiritually, something was lacking, and it was proving to be challenging because you felt like you kept losing, or you couldn't quite fill a gap or fill a void. It just was constantly feeling empty. And so now you've seen something differently, and it's almost like it was tiptoeing right in front of you this whole time. And so now you're ready to take action on transforming it or changing it. Some of you could be physically moving, or you're just moving to a new level in your life. Clarify, please. Five of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. Pride. Yeah. So there's a situation truly where this is about very deep self-reflection, and taking a look at yourself and seeing how certain behaviors, because we're talking about Queen of Wands, this is action to the Five of Pentacles, seeing how certain behaviors, actions, beliefs, or patterns were keeping you in a state of loss. And somehow it seems to be connected because it was affecting your self-worth, and you were operating from a space of ego, right? And so this challenge, yeah, you see what I'm saying? Mask. It's almost like not being true to oneself. Finally addressing, where is there inconsistency in my life? What am I doing that is inconsistent with what I'm trying to build and create? Because none of us are perfect. So there's something here that needs to be addressed within self. And I feel like it's all coming together for you. You're looking at situations and trying to learn from them and gain the wisdom. Like, what can I gain from this, Lord? What do I need to do to shift the energy of my life? Yeah, because you're getting really frustrated here. You have marriage. So there could be something about a commitment. Like you just were so upset about something that you want to make a change. Yeah. Merit making an aid. Seeking wisdom, seeking guidance on how to transform a situation. Because there seems to be a lot of misunderstanding is what I'm seeing right off the bat. Like there's a lot of misunderstanding in this situation. And so in order for you to fill that void, you take action towards something with the energy of love. Yeah. The White Rabbit, it's time. An inner knowing, fairy tale, believing in the impossible, going after what it is you've dreamed of but haven't actually created. Not having doubt anymore in what you think is impossible, instead transforming that into reality. A happily ever after. Like there's a real story here that you're in the process of creating. But it requires action from you. Clarify, please. Current energy. Yeah. And look, see, in order to get that, you have to separate yourself and cut out things that no longer serve you. You have acts and separation. But then you have Cupid's arrow and engagement ring. So you see what I'm saying? So it says breakup, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment, abandonment, and then you have separation, sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, unsure of future. So this is about cutting something out. Separating yourself from energies that, again, are not fueling your fire, are not aligning you with where you need to be, and saying, this is where I'm going to be at. And some of these energies might not be like situations. It doesn't have to be other people. It could be something within yourself. That's what I was really seeing when I was meditating, is that it was more about, you know, something within yourself. What does Sagittarius need to be doing and be focused on, please? Yeah, the Eight of Swords. What are you not seeing with the Tower? What's keeping you stuck and trapped in cycles and bound? King of Cups. It's something tied to your heart chakra. It's something emotional. It's something emotional. Four of Swords, Two of Wands. Has something to do with the way you open up yourself or open up your heart. And then the Tower is here. So I just feel like there's a heavy, heavy focus on stopping certain patterns, stopping certain behaviors, and changing the course. No longer being held back by your fears. Being led by spirit. Yeah, justice is here. Equality, logic, yeah. Breaking free from karmic cycles and patterns. That's what this acts and this separation is. It is, you know, only living by your standards, what you want. Introvert, pulling back from situations. Again, it's like you have to separate yourself from certain. So you've made a decision. Trap and withdrawal. Holy moly. So there's a situation here where you really feel like it was stunting your growth, or it was almost like a setup. You have the numbers 11 and 66 as well. But that's for some people. But there's also this strong emphasis on beliefs and just a certain way of being and behaviors that were keeping you in a cycle of repetitive experiences, even if the people were different. And it's because you weren't really seeing something from a higher perception here with the trap card. It's almost like you were tricking yourself. You kept starting new things thinking it was going to be different, but it was never different because the change had to happen within you. Yeah, you kept taking risk after risk here with an uncertain outcome. Sagittarius energy with Cancer energy. You were kind of hoping something would take off. I don't really like the energy that I'm seeing here because I'm going to be honest. There's something here. You have sexual fulfillment and love affair. And then you have open dishonor and humiliation. And it has to do with taking a risk. And I feel like Spirit is wanting you to focus on a particular situation that you're setting yourself up, or this person is. And maybe you didn't realize you were setting yourself up by going back to this. And that's what this purpose is for you to really connect and see something for what it is. However, it's about connecting with your responsibility to it as well. Because if somebody keeps doing us wrong and wrong and wrong over and over again, it's as much their fault as it is our fault for going back and for staying and for allowing it, right? And not setting certain boundaries. And so this is a delicate situation because it's also calling you to love yourself enough maybe to disconnect from a toxic way of being or behaving, but also love yourself enough to continue to love the other person in the situation, no matter how toxic it is, so that you can easily separate yourself from it and close this gap and heal it. Because whatever it is, it's almost like an emotional game. Yeah. Maybe not believing that you deserve something that's long lasting here or unconditional. Yeah, karmic relationship. So the thing is, whatever you've been going through, it's triggering an awakening inside of you. So again, it's understanding why it all happened the way it happened, knowing that you were in the right place at the right time, and that no matter what, each difficulty, each level, situation was meant to happen, because it was to help you unravel and get out of this perception that is truly creating a lot of blockages around you. And so there's a transformation, there's a growth taking place where you level up. That's a beautiful thing. All right, let's see here. What's the outcome for Sag? Yeah, you have death with star, Scorpio, Aquarius energy. Death and star, I mean, it's pretty much exactly what I said. The Four of Pentacles. It's a time of release. The Seven of Wands. But whenever we release something, we also must be in a state of protection and shielding ourselves, right? Because as soon as low vibrational energy is aware, and or low vibrational entities are aware that you are releasing low frequencies, it comes in to try to make you stuck, right? It tries to plug you up so that you cannot release these energies, because there's a massive recalibration and like a switch, as above, so below. All of these wisdom, all of these lessons are being poured down upon you for you to align to and transmute into your power. But it requires you to kind of, you can't hold on to too much of it. There's a big release here, but it does require you to separate yourself and block off your energy from situations that have truly been draining you. Other people may not understand what you're doing, but it's important here that you protect yourself. Yeah, there could be like a fear of being lonely here, or loneliness or disappointment. But it was necessary to go through that phase in order to get to where you're going. Exactly, triumph. That's exactly what it is. Success, victory, and achievement. You had to figure something out on your own. Real estate. Where was the worth? What was the investment? What did you really need? What did you really want to invest in? Yeah, you see what I'm saying? There's some type of supernatural disturbance here, or irritation that's being put around your success, and it has to do with jealousy from a certain energy. And you've got to protect yourself and put your foot down as you take this leap of faith and work towards this new opportunity that you want to go towards. I don't know why somebody doesn't want you to be successful, but that should be your first clue to who needs to be cut out. Anybody who doesn't have anything positive to say towards your growth, Sagittarius, has got to go. Yeah, regret, spilled milk, accidents. It's like, no, it's okay. I'm going to leave it in the past. It can't be changed. But see, somebody here is regretful for a mess that they created. And it's almost like they want to come in and apologize. But the truth is, Sagittarius, I feel like you... Yeah, look at this. This was in the garbage. This card fell in the garbage, and it was a declaration, defiance, contract. You throwing something out. I'm done. Somebody here couldn't let go of something. You have book burning. What is this outcome? Freedom. Changing the narrative. So I feel like there's somebody around you who makes you feel very suffocated, and it has to do with the way that they communicate. Okay, and I feel as though you're reaching a point where you're finally realizing it's not wrong of me to disconnect from a situation where somebody can't get in order. This person is trying to like silence you or destroy something. Yeah, addiction, codependent, obsession, controlling. This person has a block or a restraint. The golden mirror, it's a narcissist stabbed in the back. So it's ending a situation where you're just realizing this person isn't going to change, and that has nothing to do with me. But now it's my turn to transform. I'm at a point in my journey where I have to disconnect. It is challenging, but the best bet for you as well, Sagittarius, is to release it with love, you know. Presence. You're being asked to spend more time in the present moment, to stop ruminating about the past or longing for the future. Your life is happening right now, and when you're not present for it, you miss all of its beauty. Align. You are being asked to align with your current situation, even if it's not easy to do so. Trust that there is much to be learned by being here. Pushing against what is will only make things harder on you. Align, surrender, and trust. Sometimes what we don't realize or what we forget is that alignment is not always beautiful. Alignment doesn't always mean a beautiful blessing and receiving everything you've asked for because you're in alignment. Alignment means accepting that a situation is a mess and this is what it is. And I can't be too far ahead of it and too far behind it in regret. I'm just going to sit in it, in alignment with it, because as soon as I get into alignment with what something is and accepting it for what it is, the quicker it's over and the quicker a solution comes. But the more I fight against what it is, the harder it's going to be for me to release these energies from my life. Look at that. Let it go. Let it go. It is what it is. You're being asked to let go of whatever pain and resentment you've been holding on to. It's hurting you. And you can't fully be present in your life if you're holding on to this negativity. Release it and be free. All right, Sagittarius, I send you so much love. I look forward to hearing from you all, and I'll see you guys soon.